We kind of want to build our identity kind of around Idaho and just kind of being part of the community here, as we're one of Idaho's few drum corps to have ever existed. So we wanted to kind of keep in that line, but also kind of start to grow our skills, not only as performers and musicians and that sort of thing, but also like as a design team and stuff like that, really start to expand towards something more interesting, more modern. And one of our staff members, Jessa, she found this article of this urban legend that takes place in the Owyhee Mountains in Idaho. And it's about this ghost stallion. And essentially what happens is if a cowboy or any travelers get lost out in the Owyhee desert or mountains, that this ghost stallion shows up and essentially guides them home to safety. So essentially this year, our show uses different kinds of music and different styles to really interpret that and kind of tell that story, but on the field.
Chris, why don't you talk a little bit about the music that we've got going on for the season?
Yeah, so it's really interesting because it's a Western show, but we also have the Rite of Spring in it. And that's something that a lot of people probably when they saw Western and Rite of Spring, they're like, how's that going to work? And that's an issue that I had to work with as well as with the other staff, because figuring out how to make it sound cowboy, but also Stravinsky-esque is really difficult. One of our parts is mainly just as much tension as we can build. And we use the Rite of Spring as well as some original material with that to use the drum corps as a synthesizer and convey the connotation of dread, fear, excitement, all those things put together, because we're trying to spike as many emotions as possible to get the audience up and on their feet and excited. We're trying to experiment with some things. When we were talking staff meetings, I would always say we should definitely try and stand out and do things very different. We're trying cool little chords, cool little techniques that I haven't really found in other shows. And I think by doing that, we can really set ourselves apart. We don't want to just be a corps that people happen to see. We want a corps that people will remember for a long time and go, oh yeah, there's that one cowboy show by the Boise people.
With the amount of contracts we sent out, we're bigger than we were last year already. And we're still growing, which is great because, you know, we're trying to fill those last few spots and last few holes, and it's going to be really great. We're aiming for right about 100 folks, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. If anyone wants to audition, we would love to have you. You can reach out to the Boise Gems at gmail.com or just visit our website at www.boisegems.org. We'd love to get you connected.